qualifying game, we've already sent FPX on the way. Now we're about to do it with good old Trace and EDG to see who's going to come out on top. This was the choice of Trace. It was a map that Trace absolutely destroyed Edward Gaming on in the Evolution series, but this feels like a whole different level. Recon Dart on A main that you could do from over here. And then having the Raze and the Breach playing together on A, Trace starting on defense, EDG choosing to attack first, actually. The K-Knife going all the way into upper, I believe. Oh no, sorry, it was more towards market. I can't see. This is the other thing too. Like we saw JDG put in a trip here because this space is just so easy to fight for, and the fight doesn't benefit the defenders at all. This is where the Silver's going to be playing from. This is where you'd outrun from. This kind of like aggression in this spot is too good, and Trace just hope to try and take a fight on angles that don't suit them. You're fighting against like this, as this. Literally getting smushed in, and EDG looking to pick up the pistol. Nice from them. 能够成功拿下手枪局 EDG 明显是有比较属于他们自己的一个战术布置的。对，而且上来感觉在对枪的环节 ，EDG 的手更热一些。其实，在中路这里有看到非常多的侧身或者背身的机会给到对手，但稍微有一点点紧张吧。Frenzy's all in that position too, and Hebe getting caught out. The other thing that's sort of benefiting EDG here is that they have seen Trace play it twice. Trace have played it against FPX, and they also played it against Billy. Might have even been Tech. Was the role change a bait? I mean, I don't know. Like, we saw, like, to be fair, we saw Kung Kung on KO on Bind. So it's hard to know. And it's also weird that they're doing that. I don't think it's a bait. I just don't. They have it for certain maps, which is kind of weird. Yeah, like I said, I like the Silver a lot on this map. I think it's better than Fade, even if you're playing a lot of Raze. I think the Silver recons, the drone. Edward Gaming just double checking this. L drone to sort of clear on alley, which is quite nice. KO still has one flash. KO Knife's about to come online too. Gets pinged by a camera, I think. Yeah, from short. So Fung Fung is just on an island. The L drum would have cleared him. The KO Knife would have cleared him. And the amount of information that's readily available to EDG, I guess that's one of the other benefits of having the KO instead of the Breach. But the Breach is actually kind of slapping a little bit here now. Hebe's still alive, right? Was alive, now dead. 3 alive against 1. This is still like good economy damage on the side of Trace, considering they didn't buy up. But I do think that like the way that EDG are taking this space with the Aldron on A and all this kind of stuff, without a Viper, it's going to be kind of hard. 想要出来的 EDG 的对，因为现在 EDG 因为前期是起了2把鬼魅嘛，所以全员等于没有掉枪，现在只要能断到1把就是赚的。看到了，可以，跑动的枪架的相当之稳。2 kills. Anybody else dirty the spike? No, it doesn't look like it. The bonus coming up for Edward Gaming. They saved 3 guns. Bonus up to 2 more. 让 T 完全抓不到对手的信息，这也是在拿到这个铁臂作为第2个先锋位补充之后的一个弊端吧。当你前期第1个巡敌间交完之后，可能要等40秒的时间，对手是很难获取到对手进攻信息的。是的。 一个收集信息的先锋位会出现比较明显的这样的一个问题啊。Full armor buy up as well. They're not making that mistake against the outlaw, not anymore. And now for Ali, good recon dart as well. You can do it from here, you can do it from here. Has to be broken. Brave peek from Fung Fung. It didn't seem like he was really that ready. The recon actually used from EDG to put off that aggression. Kung Kung's on 30 HP. Your 3 players now facing this. I do like the call from EDG to actually kind of head over towards B a bit more. Did Kai use both of his trips? Where was the other one? Was it in market? I can't remember. They're going to walk up here, have to break the trip on defense.
Paranoia's been used, he's managing to get out. Still the camera setup, which has just been broken. And yeah, Haodong on his own with a ghost. He's done quite a bit of damage, all like, considered. Just with a ghost, he's not given him any other guns. Flexen's actually died backside. Now Kai's going to try and do something around his cages. And the stun actually from Hebei is superb. Tries to go for the flank. Is Kun Kun going to peek this? He's holding the angle. So this is still 2 versus 1. Really good bonus, I think, still from EDG. You get 3 kills on them. You don't get the plant, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, I think they'll be happy with that, especially if they're conditioning some early stuff too. Flexing just surprised by that overall. Might win that if Haodong buys. Yeah, but it's on the bonus. It's meant to keep the money tight. Guardian, Bulldog, and Trace keeping their buys as good as they can do. A lot of hard farm for EDG, however. We can attack again from here. This time, all of the attackers have been avoided by it. Actually, I think it pinged somebody. I heard something. And you're also not playing, like, you'd sometimes maybe have the Omen play on A, just to do this paranoia. And Hebei's not really just doing the stun down here directly, he's trying to like play it off on an angle, which is really hard. Naturally, it means that there's more angles that you might not hit EDG on. But I think it's more maybe to like stun across this and allow more space for Feng Feng to fight. Choke darts. In the choke. Working our way up towards platform. Knife has got the raise, hasn't got the breach. Now, immediately Trace of 3 people come up here and fight it. Hebei on a nice little angle. Having a Silver to quietly support is good. And Flexen's luckily watching this space that's given up because the Silver's rotated. So having a camera in market's good. It means that Flexen's job's kind of hard, just to like hold for market and then hold for this. And this is why you'll see some teams like just put a trip here with Cypher, which I think is probably the way to go going forward. Instead of doing a trip on CT like this one's better. Because it means that you as a defender don't need to fight this or really keep an eye on it. You just need to keep an eye on this side. 10 seconds though, looking like a save. Good fight for A main. Good control over this as well from Flexen. Ooh, did they pick him? Did they get him? They might have done. They might have missed a kill there. Because Flexen TP'd and he was about to pinch on this player that was in CT. Or top mid, not CT really. Good trade for Feng going on too. Good watch from Flexen to make sure that nobody else is coming in. Is this the killer we miss? Oh, Flexen gets killed instead. Does that mean that money's still kind of tight? For Trace, not really. The buy is mixed from EDG. Do they have ultimates yet? Not quite. Nothing to worry about. Rolling Thunder, however, might be everything to worry about. Knife's going to get Feng Feng. He's not afraid to fight. It's pinged by the camera. Nobody else there. No follow-up. But it has got the attention of 3 A attackers. Got a trip in market. You got a trip again, sort of on the stairs. And Kung Kung is 1 away from having his showstopper. Is he going to satchel into this trip? No, he knows better. He's got a plant, and now he has his showstopper. No damage was actually done from that spray. So yeah, it's kind of a decent buy now because you have got like 3 rifles. The showstopper's going to go in from market. Important for Flexen to survive, and he does. He's 1 HP and still manages to survive. He is quite literally 1 HP from the showstopper. And the rest of like Trace are going in for the retake. They reach Shishu trying to actually push him from mid. The recon actually doesn't get the player on stairs. I didn't know that. That's kind of important. Because the recon that you usually do is like there's a palm tree here. So you hit the recon dart. But for some reason it didn't get the attacker that was on this spot. So it either missed or whatever. That's a robbery. That's cinema. That's China cinema. Say it like that just makes it sound off.
这
是比较可惜的一个点，149，
你确实
很难说的一个事儿。如果这个地方晚焰火炸掉了，康康能够去拿到这把枪，再配合上球中路摸过来，很有可能 EDG 能够控制住市场，这一分就不好说了。
是因为
an early timer actually now
会
from
导致这边
after.
枪线比较缺失的问题，他们也有考虑到这个问题嘛，去拿到超时控制权，但就因为这一个
Yeah, whilst this is happening, we'll go over the history lesson. Like I said, we saw these two teams play up against each other before, quite frequently actually. Act 2 was the last time, and this was the notable one. Sunset, 13-5 in favor of Trace. Granted, this was times where we saw a lot of Gecko being used, Kung was on the chamber. I think for the recent series that they played, did they have the rematch with Sunset? They did. And it was 13-5 the other way around. A little bit of revenge for both teams to get. This is sort of, again, completely different comp that isn't really around now as much. Both teams playing a lot of like Viper beforehand, but I think the Cypher buffs made it mandatory to play him. Do you think we'll win, Ryan? I don't know. I genuinely don't know with this one. I'd say EDG would be the favorites, but I don't think that how they've been playing recently has been that inspiring. We just haven't seen that much from them, to be fair. Only one series, and it was against Wolves, who looked better than expected. Recon for mid, no pressure at all yet from Trace. In fact, they've changed it up to have the trip over here, the trip in CT, which again I don't like, especially when you're up against the Silver. And then a camera with a stun. Why are you with a recon maybe? Shocked out. And a showstopper. All playing off this camera. Well, I guess you have this trip here because the Cypher's going to be behind it. But they have pinged it that somebody would be there. This trip being broken, whatever little setup the Trace had that they wanted to maybe do, you have to decide against it. Oh, the trip at the end actually wasn't broken. I think it was a little, it just wasn't expected from EDG. Trying to fight aggressively for top mid a bit more. They have taken this side, they've got like upper now. And Flexing is going to hear these stairs at least to be able to just watch and make sure that, like, okay, they're just going to be on site. We can kind of Sherpa these guys in. Saying that, however, Edward Gaming have found, like, the kills. Howdong's found a lot, actually. Paranoid, this is just a push. He's thinking it's going to be a normal plan, I think. That somebody was going to be on default, and he just sends it before Feng Feng's there. Feng Feng even using a showstopper, and there was nothing. But I feel like we just missed so much this round. Like, just, we were watching one perspective, and everything was happening over here. There's a showstopper used, and we didn't see it.
而且弗勒辛确实也是想抓对面刚刚进到包点，而且在安装爆能器立足未稳的这个时机，看能不能创造一个更大的人数列。
Ben got knifed. Oh,
这样的一个操作其实是有点没有跟自己的队友打成协同的，
稍微有点拖大了。包括像黑贝从中路拉出来，想要去抓一个 timing。
Oh, he uses it there, and then he null commands to go all the way around.
我觉得这分最大的一个伏笔就在于 Smoky 是在中路拿到了一个关键击杀，不然这个玩意或轰炸出来，可能中路控制权要重新被踢回去了。
还有包括像浩东反手的这个暗眼，也是让风风第一。
I was just more focusing, I think, on like the rotations more than the ult's been used. That's a big loss. EDG have made it equal, and the money is about even. Rolling Thunder still. Hebe's had it for quite some time. Neural Theft has just come online, I think. On this Fury, Neural Theft from the Shadows.
这手惊雷卷地可能是能够扰乱整个战局的。
是的，这个 EDG 心里应该也是非常明白，所以这回我们看到他们
打 B 了，
没有提的特别的快。
是，而且更多是考虑往 B 点来走，这样可以第一时间不吃这个惊雷卷地的效果。
Interesting. Choked out, see if he could break the trip. Nothing there. Smokes. Camera in the usual spot. Trip on the stairs again. KO knife broken, importantly. Hunter's Fury and the Paranoia going towards headshot. And managed to get out just. Why are you even finds the first kill? He finds the second. But Chishu's actually lurked up massively into this great spot. Rolling Thunder now. Most importantly, not hitting Kai, but he does get pinged by a recon dart. Neural Theft's now going to be seen. Hong Kong's position given up. He's going to get stunned. Is anybody really going to be able to peek him? Not really. Like, the Aftershock's going to force him out. But he still can't quite get the fight. A nade's dedicated to kill Kong Kong. They're throwing everything that they have at him, and he's still alive. Oh, he tries to go for a peek off of his teammate. Good clearance from Trace. Quite costly, Neural Theft Rolling Thunder, but honestly, it wasn't like needed. If it keeps the money in their favor, it might force EDG onto an eco now. And this is after a Hunter's Fury misses from EDG. Yeah, really clean from both those two. Yeah, okay, I can hear the game more now, so I can hear the ultimates. 10 and 3, like I said, badass IGL. Oh, this is just a little bit hapless. Damage is good though. I mean, this is again like a sort of like mid-eco kind of thing going on. Nade isn't going to go into this position, but it still gets cleared by Kung Kung. Oh, and Chishu's got to kill mid. How have we lost this Trace? You were in a 5 versus 3. Oh, and a position for Kai's been given up. Neural Theft on the other side. Omen TP. There's all of this Cypher util on site though, which is kind of scary. Like, Kai has a lot to do, sees one market. He's on his own. He's just having to go in. You've got a lurk from Kung Kung happening all the way over here. Kai's just gambled to be on the site. Now there's a trip set up in market. Why are you still worried about where Kung Kung is? They're just lacking so much info. There's no camera here, though. Kai's tapped it, forcing out some of these fights, which is nice, because Chichu only had a Sheriff. And there's that late lurk. Kai having to win a 1 versus 2. Ah, Kung Kung's owned it. He shouldn't have, but he's owned it. That went from Feng Feng getting 2.5 kills effectively, and the player on half HP goes on and gets a 3K. How did they lose this? Oh, the nade goes right into that corner, and Heibei's just stuck. Maybe a bit over-eager, flexing just out in the open. 4K actually, sorry, from Kung Kung. And there's no surprise there's a timeout here, considering how Destroyer's been playing it. Oh, that's a bad one for Trace to lose, isn't it? Throwing too many bodies, getting way too eager to like close out a round. Heibei especially is the breach, should know better to not get stuck there. Yeah, that's a China cinema round.
对，其实两队目前在防守方拿分的需求都是偏高的，特别是对于 TE 来讲，他们在之前
Outside of that, really, only major mistake I've seen Trace make.
所以现在这个暂停是很有必要的。
同样，对于 EDG 来说，其实他们也会要去担心
Oh, Destroyer's just dropped his pen. He's that like in the zone. He's like hit his end state, dropping his pen. He's like ascended to a higher palette.
哎，不过这一分我觉得 TE 如果再要在前点
Eco now. Oh, it's rough. Really.
已经是冲的完毕了。4杀加上 这个可能有获取到一些点数。
You got this trip again. But right at the start of a round, Recon Dart dodged yet again. I like doing a Recon Dart here because you could do a Recon Dart that hits the same spot, but also you could do a Recon Dart that like bounces and like actually gets all of the players in shot. Shot, you know, like bottom mid. Who are your favorites this match? I don't know. I don't have one really. I guess they're putting the trip in a more basic position because there's so many shock dart lineups to break this one. They do it all, miss a close one. Paranoia is going to hit onto Shishu, but he's safe on stairs. And that one player is pulling 4 defenders across to deal with him. Has some support now, actually, with nobody on the Sova. Well, I think it's just been on Sova full time, right? Sova on bind. Sova on ascent, and yeah, Sova on breeze. I kind of like the nobody Sova arc. This lurk is everything now. Aldron even dedicated. There's 4 defenders here. Chishu's actually just owned them. Stun's gonna force him to move. Gives over the gun. But all of this is heard by Feng Feng. He's 1 ult orb away from having a showstopper, and he has a rifle. Maybe he can get somebody by surprise. He can. Is the trade good enough? It is. Just. Showstopper actually going to be used from Kung Kung. Kai actually gets the kill onto him just as he ults. This has got doable now. Hunter's Fury for YOU, but I don't think there's a really good instance to use it unless you just sort of yeet it towards Ali. Now both these players are going to walk out the smoke together. Flash on this corner. Nobody's playing from short. Just too good of a crossfire. I feel sleepy watching China and other regions. It's not boring, it's because of language. But hopefully this isn't too, like, boring or sleepy. Was there any Sky last series, or is it China full chaos over? I don't think we've seen that much Sky on this map. We've seen some Fade. We used to see a lot of Gecko as well on this map, but not so much at the moment. Honestly, good eco. Feng having the raise attack, defense up, sorry. Common. Weirdly enough. You got the trip in this choke. Normal trips in normal positions. I think this was like here. Recon for mid. Recon for A main. Can I've been used at all yet from Smoggy? Nope, he's lining it up. Seeing if he can get it from B main. Nobody's playing close. Nobody's fighting close. Honestly, I think part of this default from Tracer they would benefit from is like having engagement here. That's why Fade is good, like being able to prowler this kind of thing, fight for this space a bit more instead of just being like, oh, let's just put the Sova utility on B and leave it. Actively fighting for this I think is good. Yeah, like I said before, the Sova shocked out. Just for here, the trip stays up because it's closer. It's not a missed lineup, the lineup was perfect, it's just the trip is in a different spot. The usual trip that you see is the one that goes across here, which is longer and harder to break. So this is a good read from Kai to know. They just shocked out in this one each time, so I'm just going to put one closer. Most teams would just like maybe put a trip here instead, just give up this choke. So yeah, this is a good read from Kai to be like, but that's a good read from EDG as well. Like they save a second shock dart for later on to break the usual one. Because Chichu did play this, so he knows that like there's sometimes a shot dart in that spot. Good execute, good flash. Kung Kung gets traded, really important from YOU, especially when you look at the time. Is this going to be put off? I don't think so. This might even be a save. I think Trace maybe got a little bit too comfortable because they're like, well, we still have this trip up, so nobody's walked in. And then a shock dart comes in to play that and the execute comes in. And saving especially because they have the operator. That's also why I like Sova on this map. The Sova versus Cypher, like mind games with trips like this. It's really good. I haven't seen anybody from China do the lineup where you stand here and you like throw the shock dart, it goes over the building, hits this, hits the ground, like it's double bounce, and then it kind of goes, breaks that trap. Like I saw it for EMEA, but I haven't seen it like anywhere else. We see this execute happen though. Kung Kung gets taken out, Haodong finds one in market. And Chichu peeks through his enemy's cyber cage actually, just takes a duel. Just a lot of individual fights won towards EDG, which is like, part for the course, right? The Heretics 20-second shock dart with Stylish yourself. Was that the one that was here? Because I think it was... I saw Foot use it, I haven't seen Heretics use it. But it doesn't surprise me. Like, if it's the one that's from here that like takes 20 seconds to drop, then yeah. But also Heretics have a lot of 20-second recon darts. Like one that's thrown up here, and then literally hits a boba 20 seconds later. Because you can shock dart off, or you can hunt this fury off of it and stuff like that. Like, oh, nobody's got the lineup. Feng's in a great spot. You just don't expect him to fucking walk up with the op. Really nice shot. Yeah. I mean, I'm a Sova player, so I like know all the shit. I'm a Sova / Gecko main now. But I didn't really enjoy playing Sky that much, so I'm kind of happy. Do they not like Viper? Some teams do. I'd say that this comp is the way forward. I don't rate Viper as much on this map. It's an option, and it's a safe option for a lot of teams. But otherwise, I think I prefer double initiator.
对，就看 TE 的阅读能力了，并且也已经给黑杖了。
这其实是让康康
This
去
map
走一个
T-sided.
位置，
让他想要去单摸。
It's about even
正面得进得了
globally.
点才行啊
I think it's attack sided in China
果然
though.
反清一下 A 点的位置，他知道很有可能这一波不是
Actually, it might be defense sided
位
in
置被解决掉了。
China.
EDG
I'll have to
现
double
在
check.
来说就有点尴尬了。
只有20秒的
But
时间，
this,
现在想要进
I mean, this
只能
looks
大
kind
脚
of
的提速。
off
王
for
者王
EDG.
的离魂
It was like a minute and a half ago that we saw Feng Feng get that kill, and nothing's really happened. Like nobody's really pulled and pushed utility anywhere. And now with 5 seconds, they're trying to get on the A site. No time. Really clean actually. Nice flawless.
哇，顶级的阅读理解，黑贝这里完全读到了 EDG 的思路。
我觉得主要还是因为他们在这个 B 区正面给的动静虽然多，但完全没有要进点的意思。正面是没有交任何，比如说类似于闪光啊，或者烟雾性的技能。
Just a little bit defensive sided.
对，而且康康这个位置被黑贝
But obviously, there's only so much sample size.
对。
我觉得你想要去打东京的话，起码给2颗闪，
taken in whichever way you see fit.
就打断一下
But I
方
wouldn't
方去看信息的这样一个动作。
Focus on it.
但不管怎么样 ，TE 这分拿
There's a
到
lot
了
of
比较
context
轻
being
松的，
missed.
而
Is
且
my
攻
point.
击
It's
性
easy
上
to
来
take
说保
stats
存
at
的也比
face
较
value.
好。
这回
红的玩野火还没有交。
是峰峰这个玩野火。
Have we seen like the party tech level of flashes from EDG? I don't really think we have.
这回合甚至
It's been alright, but it is coming down to just KO knife in this, conditioning it. Early Eldron, but you're happy with this if you trace. But I guess knife in this, droning it early when you know that you're playing up against the operator is important. But it's a recon, an Eldron, a flash, and a KO knife, all used in one spot, and it gets no information. All it really does is sort of push these players off. Now they're gonna maybe what this? Oh, there's a showstopper that's about to be used. Oh, it's so good onto nobody. The trade is even better though. It's a good job that they actually ulted because that was another fucking null command that was gonna shut Feng Feng up.
没有技能的反制 ，TE 是肯定要等这个无效命令结束才能够往丁里去清的。
Alright, up in the ante, 4 versus 4.
但接下来要看 TE 怎么去打。
Who's planting the spike? Who's trying to get the utility
上面
online?
现
It's
在没有想给，
Smoggy.
因为这个烟还没有散。
Smoggy's just used his null command, so he doesn't need to worry about that.
是的。
Because that about to come in with a flash, with a stun, with anything. Heibei's got all of his utility. You're good to go. Paranoia recon goes in. Kai wins the fight. Smoggy gets one. Neural theft is going to be used. Kung Kung's on the site. He's ready to fight. You've got a player in Ali as well with Haodong. And it's just not really that much time and just way too much damage. I mean, it's not planning for either of them. He's trying to isolate these fights. He stepped a little bit. Really clean from Kai, but there's just not enough time. Jishu closes him down too. I mean, it's the end of the half, right? So, it's again, just, that's where fucking all of the fight goes for EDG. They're just good, way too good in like individual fights. The flash waiting and stuff. I think maybe if you're Feng Feng, you can chill out a little bit more. You've seen how much utility are trying to like flood you out with like Ali and elbow. You don't need to worry about that too much.
会有一个波纹一样的东西产生，它要波纹到你身上之后才能够起到这个抑制的效果。是的。 非常极限的一个 timing， 但我觉得 EDG 在
No upset like APAC or EMEA. It's still early days yet.
稳定一些。上半场结束是一个7-5的分数 ，EDG 小小的拿到了一些优势。是的，这一个分数对于 EDG 来说，我觉得
I don't know what the attack side for Trace has been like. I guess we can find out. We've got a lot of these fucking pages open now. We'll just look at it for kickoff.
只看数据来说，确实是这样的，但是我们也不可否认，铁臂这个英雄
defense or attack's pretty good.
会有非常好的一个效果。
But I guess their opponents are a lot like 6-6, 7-5, 2-2 because they were 11-1 up. Honestly, not too shabby. EDG, we haven't seen them play it. What was it like beforehand? I don't even want to look at it from beforehand. They were playing a completely different comp.
获取相较于 TE 来说是更多的 ，KO 和猎枭的存在让他们能够轻松的去找到为对手前点的一些站位情况，不用靠人力去看，这样也会规避一些风险。
Just an absolute crazy fight. Why didn't the Silver wait for Cypher's ults? I mean, I think it was like the ultimate came online with that final kill. I'm 99% sure on. So I don't think it was part of the plan to use the ultimate and play around it. It was just everybody throwing themselves at the fight as much as they possibly could.
非常焦灼、非常好看的一场比赛，而且后续的走向真的不好说，不好说。
好，那马上回到两边的一个下半场
tricky
对
old
阵。
time,
其
isn't
实
it?
换边之后的手枪狙也是尤为重要的，因为两边一直绕不开的一个话题就是明狙的一个使用。
是的。来看一下，哇，防守方康康这里是
短炮出门吗？这其实是弗勒辛非常喜欢的一个起枪方式哦。而且这张图其实我觉得没有太多适合短炮发挥的位置吧。
对，而且看他这个站位好像也不像说配合很多人直接要飞出去喷，要来看一下。
如果踩楼梯的话，感觉像是对面。
That's the way the server was trying to play because it was like a paranoia used across here, and then there was the recon. So it was kind of like Trace trying to do something a little bit higher tempo, I'd imagine. But like, we'd have to rewatch it again. It was way too fast to like analyze what everything was going on. Now you've got Trace pushing this. Feng Feng is a little bit alone here. Nobody's ready to like peek with him and trade him. And it's 3 defenders. You've got Haodong, you've got Smoggy, you've got nobody all fighting this. Recon Dad doesn't get anything. It is broken, however. And all of these guys are going to group up. It's just Kung Kung, Edward Gaming alone over on A. In a position where it doesn't get recons, you'd have a KO knife, so it's a little bit of a blind spot with a shorty, yes. And in a place where this commonly gets smoked. So Kung Kung is just ready to sit and wait. Nobody clears this really, do they? There's the A execute. What is the plan for EDG here? Yep, there's the smoke. That's him sitting in it. Another cage too. I would be really shocked if anybody like tries to push up here. The 5 versus 5 shock dart used, but I'm not sure on what side. There's that smoke. Kai has a cage that can go up. Kung Kung's about to satchel him with a shorty, sees if there's anybody safe. Nobody. Got the Sova here alone. Everybody's just getting cleared out at this rate. 2 players in alley left alive. And because it's planted for default, it is sprayable. Haodong's managed to get half. The smoke dropping in a really awkward time, but now flexing on 1 HP has to do so much. That's 2 pistols for EDG. Yeah, like rounds like that, it's just hard to really know where on earth it's going to be going. Does it seem like there's reason to stay K connected control as the attacker? No, I agree. I guess he was hoping for a safe plan and he just satchel on top of them. But no, he didn't do it this time.
但如果这波站点内的话，可能也就正中 EDG 的下怀了。这波踩雷飞剑以及这个精细判断跳过来的一波是真的很难接。
返回来看怎么样都像一个
Full pistols, another eco for Trace. I don't think it's GG as well either. I don't think we're quite there yet.
两个人能够接住的话，可能有破局的办法。
Looking good for EDG, don't get me wrong, but I think we would have learned anything from the Navi Heretics game from yesterday. You can't say GG that early. And this goal was better at a point for Trace than it was for Heretics. Alright, Trace on a low buy, or on an eco, it's not even a low buy. Just gonna go for an execute. No Cypher trips on the site though, they're all like CT, market. I mean, it's a little bit over. Like, this could definitely like backfire massively. Nice shock that kill. Haodong even hit the TP. If this ends flawlessly, with mostly ghosts, crazy. Like, EDG are crazy to just fight that close, and the fact that it actually works out perfectly is beyond me. Now the Heretics game was still a lot to do with comps, now the comp was quite defense-sided. Yeah, I know what you mean, because they didn't have a duelist. But we've seen no duelist comps, Paper X namely, actually do quite a lot on attack. A surprising amount. The 4 buys here, bonus for EDG. Feng Feng's about to send it into market. This has been held. This has been held by a scary gun. It's a bulldog. The door's been closed. 1 trip CT, 1 trip actually for headshot. A lot of space given up here. KO knife gets 2, might even get 3. That's going to force Trace away from the looks of it.
但是我觉得这样的也可以理解的是，他们如果要再组织一波中路的进攻，
Aldron used
这个门
from
就不会有 EDG
market this time, and they actually have Kung with a rifle scaling up with it. Flexing's TP is going to be heard, and they're actually pinging it now. Aldron on A, and YOU just doesn't have his back covered. A little bit of a gap. I think that's maybe something that EDG have spotted from like a previous VOD. But if there are some of these sort of spaces that they can take, and Trace, I suppose, with that KO knife forced to like make some noise towards A to try and fake it, and it's just too much of an aggressive one, I suppose. Hey, babe, big fight. Flexing, big fight too. 3 versus 3 now. Paranoia is about to come out on backside. You have got a camera still up here that can get some information. And there's still a trip here as well. But that's kept good control. Both Omens are still alive, so like smoking off this like choke is good for the defenders. They've actually smoked it off on the other side too, which is why they've planted it in such an odd space. But then they put the smoke on top of it. They're stunning it. Is there any way to like aftershock in that spot? I mean, I don't think so. They could have sticked it. Luckily they're off it. I'll say good turnaround for Trace if they manage to keep all 3 of their players alive here. Yeah. That was 5 versus 3 for EDG. Lost. Clean from the rest of the team on the post plant. Interesting post plant position as well, like on the stairs. And even though it's like a bonus for EDG, still can't help but feel like they could have closed that one out. Maybe should have done.
虽然说保护住了拆包的人，但其实也封锁住了自己架枪的视野，有点可惜。
而且这个位置本身也是比较窄的一个位置，你第一下包很有可能就要被防守拆除爆能。
Yeah, I mean EDG are looking better than they did against Wolves.
不过对于 EDG 来讲，上一分
bit rough around the edges, but they have taken some time off. Oh, the Fung is just going way too far in. Nobody's kind of left alone, and they need to be careful about going on the B site now just because of all the trips. But Trace, they won't know that this trip is here. They haven't bothered with it so far. But I imagine the Trace are like, there's no trips on the site. Like, there's no camera either. Flexing managed to push up all the way. So that's a bit of like Boba control. Having a good idea that these two defenders, well, some defenders are towards market. Like again, you've gone for the post plant on stairs. KO knife for backside, found nothing. Aldong is still alive, so he smoked off this choke. Paranoia going to be onto headshot. It might even hit the Cypher, it does. Oh, and just on top of this from Flexing. It's nice. Nade, is that going to kill Kai? Not quite. Problem with Flexing is like, I think after he gets one, maybe staying back is not... Jumping down is probably safer. That's good information. Good attacking round as well. Wonder if we'll see like an early timeout from EDG again. Because I feel like there's too much space given up on B. If they're not doing stuff towards top mid, they're not like mid pushing market. And that's another round where EDG actually get the first kill and they just can't capitalize on a bit. B post plants actual Pearl PTSD. Oh, I see. Also planting it further back means that you can see if you stand on top of that box. Because this is like on elevated land. If you get smoked off here, you can stand on top of this box. And you can still somewhat see the plant. But you can't do it if it's closer. And also it's just a tighter choke that you can spray down and make it easier. I kind of like that post plant, to be honest.
这确实，对面有玩一会儿，一定是要考虑慢打的，起码先要找一下康康的位置，
找人的位置。
但因为 TE 拿信息的手段
Against the, it's not an eco actually, it's still by. Kung Kung has a no. These are the rounds where Trace lose. These are the rounds that they let EDG back into this. Jumped over. Oh my god, Fung even satchels away. Looking hot step in there.
雷兹惊喜翻腾秀啊，这个地方。 康康其实是很想去逮这个 timing， 我觉得是完全。
他想抓的其实是无人机的驾驶员，但可惜
I do like this though. Like all 5 of the players. Do they feel that they're up against an eco? Don't know. Like they shouldn't do. But it is weird to just see all 5 of them just deathball this. Like they've been playing with a lot of freedom. They've been defaulting everywhere. But this round, they're just taking all of this as a group. Now they're starting to splinter off. A little bit worried about Kai here in this position. Good fight. Nobody gets one, gets traded. He only had a stinger. Plant spike is still in alley. There's 20 seconds left. It's a little bit off, but it doesn't matter. Everybody else gets cleared up. I really want to see it from Feng Feng's POV though. How on earth does he dodge this? Wow, in this round, Kai actually pushes up towards upper. Good work from a Cypher. We were saying nobody really pushes it, but Kai, I guess realizing that Kung Kung, he sort of plays from this position a bit. That's right. Again, like, both these teams playing very... Kung Kung was on his own. There's 3 other defenders over here, though. You got a Ghost, you got a Sheriff. What guns have they got on site? They have a rifle. They can have 2 rifles. Nobody in Haodong are pretty close by. It's just a KO on the site alone. And then Shishu with a Ghost is pushed mid. So Kai holding the flank here, I think, is really nice. This is like good defense. This is what I think we sort of missed from DRG against FPX, to be honest. Hunter's Fury, literal shot in the dark. Misses everyone. And his recon that has just come online too. It's not as if you couldn't have combined those things. Aftershock is going to force Smoggy away. He's going to get paranoid as well. He's going to hide behind that box. Now box is going to get wallbanged. Nobody played from CT. Haodong out in the open, a bit unexpected. At least gets traded out by YOU. The stun, the peak.
半线好像是被打掉了，那几乎是一个名牌，但就要看两边都可以走的情况下 ，T 怎么去。
Just a ghost, a ghost and a neural theft for Shishu. You don't really want to use the ultimate here, though, do you?
搜点的压力很大呀。
拉出来没办法，黑贝手里是一把幻影，小距离的小跑打。
I mean, it is descended into just full up brawly angels. However, I think that we're at least seeing some form of like clean engagements.
T 这里弗勒辛2颗烟完全冲动完毕，加上山崩地陷的就绪，才开始考虑进点。
That's so brave. He's 40 HP as well. Like that stun and that peek towards nobody could have gone very wrong.
对，我觉得今天 T 真的是
9-0 low, good comeback.
吸收前面几场
Second time at use for EDG.
失误带来的一些经历和成长嘛，就像弗勒辛在前面赛前采访的时候有聊到一些。 最近的一些比赛对他们有什么改变？我觉得这
I shouldn't wore a jump today. I'm just overheating a bit.
失误的时候，你在面临同样的局面之后，你就会想，我这次要怎么去操作，怎么去避免这些失误的产生。这支 T 现在来说，
Where are we leaning, no chat? That's the question. 9-0.
是的，
枪法上今天也是非常的过关。EDG 目前来说已经受到了非常大的一个考验，他们在防守方。 只拿到了等于说手枪局及其。
I think the veto command should work, but I'm not 100% sure.
那现在
I don't know if it's been updated.
时间的第2个暂停已经是被逼出来了，比分是一个9比9。虽然是
been all Trace, hasn't it? They won. Oh no, they didn't win.
至少支撑3个长枪局左右的经济。
But they won the bonus and everything else since.
的话可能是长枪局一输就要当2分输。
Yeah, it is updated. Fine. EDG picked it. We can go through both comps as well because we get to see some Kung Kung KO of all things. Which is a little bit odd, a little bit peculiar. Rolling Thunder available for Heibei. A lot of good ultimates. Kung Kung actually getting the operator now.
这个山崩地陷的威胁在，所以他们的给出应对办法是拿明狙来架。是。
Paranoia execute. KO knife gets free. Recon dart that you do from here that bounces off a billboard and then hits this. And then again, this is just no fancy default stuff. Kai isn't lurking. I think against EDG, just having all 5 guns pointed at a point is good. Problem, however, is that this has been read. All of the defenders are pretty much in earshot to go for this retake. Are they going to go fake plant, go towards safe, and then they put default? Just seeing if EDG are going to actually like try and waterfall them. Showstopper, Rolling Thunder combo. Feng Feng can't quite get another one. It would have been close though. Shishu still alive. Kung Kung with the operator still alive. Recon Dart gonna try and fight CT. And I think Shishu gets another one. He gets flexing. Kung Kung's picked up a rifle. Both these players pushing CT all the way around. There's a shock dart. It's not planted for them anymore. You have an aftershock though. That's why the breach is up here. Feels like you probably get a lineup for this. But nobody is showing. Absolutely nobody is showing. Really, really good mid-round call. Like, I don't think that's something that's like really part of the plan. But just making sure that they could rotate, take the spawn, know that like Kung Kung might sort of path through this way, and then having an aftershock lineup for the default plant. Well, I also do really like from Trace that they go for the safe plan, basically go for the plant, and then they're like, because they want to see if EDG are going to like push them and fight them. And then they're like, they're not fighting us? Alright, we're going to plant default then. Like, they don't know if EDG are going to try and like waterfall. As soon as they go for the plant, that's when EDG like attack to capture by surprise. The Trace like baiting that to see what they're going to do, and then changing the plant depending on their answer. Big fan of.
而上一轮 T 还省下来了一个狂内之路，甚至还有离魂可做2次的转点。
小开的终极技能也快好了。目前来说，从经济和终极技能上面
，At this rate, I'm gonna get a fucking Trace jersey with Heibei's name on the back.
进攻是选择给了中路一颗黑杖，这其实是一个给对手的。
But we're not done yet. I mean, there's still a buy. Like EDG just haven't had to eco at all. Chuck that to break the trips? None there. They've just got the one CT, which has never been broken or even really been tested. The 2 trips that EDG are constantly doing have had no actual value. And this Fury for Boba. Isolates Chishu, and Feng even peeks off the back of it. Nice ult. Now they know that there's a trip there, because that's literally the first time that they've encountered it. I don't know how Kai gets that. Jesus. Flexing. Tapping that. Recon going in onto the site. Gets anybody close, gets him in headshot. That might be why they put this trip here, actually. And then the last 2 plays CT. It's a good flash. Really good flash. I'm not sure whose flash it was. These guys are saving. That's 11 for Trace. Big EKS. So I wonder, because they have the Cypher trip here, they will recon dart in this on like a retake, but seeing as this trip was broken, they recon dart here. I don't know, if this trip is broken, they're playing around like headshot, or they're playing around like the god angle. Like this position. So we're going to recon that on the top to see if it's going to clear that position. But if that trip isn't hit, they're going to recon that somewhere else. I don't know how he gets Kung Kung now, that's silly. Wow, even one of the players that was trying to save gets taken out. Yeah, pretty much the pistol was all that EDG got. Was that a pistol that maybe Trish should have won? Always a good day when Valorant's been played. Yeah, actually get good quality Valorant in this series. Bit rough around the edges, some howl arounds that we've had, but I don't think that either team has been playing this too badly. It's just sort of descending a bit more into aim duels more than anything. This time Trace doing something a little bit different. They've been pretty passive on mid, but they've gone and fought for it. They've lost a player already actually with Kai. Aldron has to be used early. Is there a KO knife? There's probably not from where the KO is at the moment. I can't begin to describe. Trace needs to win this round, I think. KO knife. How many does it get? 3? I think. They go for the execute regardless, and just walking out and they're still getting the kills. There's no utility to work with other than a breach flash. They go for the plant just on the top of the stairs. This is actually seems like such a good plant to go for nowadays. And then 2 CT, guns, 1 sheriff, the rest are on rifles. There's a stun and there's an aftershock. I don't think Heibei has a like. Heibei might be able to get a position on it from here, but I don't know. He's just watching the flank. And the defuse, the stun comes across. Aftershock still not used. And the shock dart even. And he actually just absolutely creamed him in the choke. They have time to. How did that happen? I feel like we're being done dirty for the observers. We're just like looking at players try to spray for a smoke, and how did that even happen? Kai going down early there from like Bulldog spam. Oh, and Fun gets caught in the lurk too. The 3 versus 5 in favor of EDG, and then nobody just pushes them. Yeah, I mean, that's just way too easy, right?
没错，
往前推没有办法了。是，而且像这样的一个阵型，其实 T 已经连续就靠这一个阵型拿了非常多的分了。哇，他 T 反手就叫出了一个暂停，就给
Last time out for the destroyer.
直接暂停了。
但这分其实挺要命
I
的。
love just calling him the destroyer.
经济缓过来了，加上玩野火也留存了下来，现在确实压力要抛还给到 TE 了。而 EDG 也可以借助这个暂停嘛，再去好好商讨一下前面出现的一些问题。
是，这个是 EDG 相当关键的一个地方，因为他们本身已经没有暂停了，他们理想中的情况就是想办法打出 TE 一个暂停，
是，或者是想办法
Come on, Trace, you still have the lead. Don't fumble.
帮忙一下。但现在这分的算是一个混起局的翻盘吧，其实。也是有给到 T 很多的一些压力，以及我觉得这个战术的一些弊端也有体现出来，因为全员退的过于靠后了，点内的一个压制力不足。是，
但是对于 T 来说，他们还是这个经济已经是够他们应该是常规时间。
We're not over the line yet.
是的，只要不出现这种全员掉枪的情况，几乎是不太能够被打到终点。
I'll let this slip.
那对于 EDG 来说，他们的经济其实还没有说积攒到一个比较乐观，或者说是可以随意的去掉枪的一个情况。
Money should be good for after this as well if they lose.
但现在手上终结技能有一定的优势啊，所以 EDG 也不用着急。
Trey start fighting for mid a little bit more. I guess it's also surprising that like EDG were on like kind of like a mid-buy couple of pistols, and I was saying and praising Trace for playing together, not being isolated and caught out. And then that last round where they played up against a couple of pistols, Feng was here, Kai Dai's here, not playing together. Bossing out the Eldron is good. But it should be like enough of a giveaway, I suppose. I think the shutdown now has been broken here. Aldron forced out early, and it is forcing these players to sort of watch and respect CT a little bit more.
而 A 区只放了浩东在前点去拿一个非常小的身位的过点信息，这样第一时间如果吃到压力的话，自己可以全身而退，由康康的玩焰火。
Surely they clear this angle at Kung Kung's on. Aldron doesn't see him though. Yeah, they stun him good. Just up was going to be used. Kung Kung actually clears the distance. This smoke though, I'm worried about this. No theft is going to be used to show where these defenders are. Flexing, trying to play around it as much as he possibly can. He looks right into the flash. He tries to look more for mid because there was a player there and the flash just goes right into his face. Hunter's Fury now is going to be used. 10 seconds left on the plant. Again, nobody's Hunter's Fury's just not hitting. Suppressed though. Oh, and Heibei's just out on an angle and there's too many players to fight. Why are you? 1 versus 3. 1. That's it. That's again like an iffy fight. Like Flexing just goes in way too deep to fight this and then just gets kind of blasted. The stun, this as well, like it's so important that Kung Kung gets that kill. Like I swear the neural theft that comes in from Kai just stresses out Trace more than anything. Doesn't help them.
有点误打误撞吧，但不管怎么样，还是让 EDG 抓到了这波中路的机会啊，打开了一个人数上的优势。是的。
Come on, Trace. Give us some welly. Give us some OT. You gotta buy. You don't really have the ultimates though. Null command from Smoggy. No theft from the shadows on both sides.
是 EDG 的终极技能循环打出来了，现在无效命令又好了。
Yeah, Why doesn't show up mechanically as much because he's more on like a sentinel role. Not sentinel role. He's not on the sentinel role anymore. Stun, nice. Paranoia, nice. It's big utility used and respected from EDG. Can they get an orb? Is there anything worth fighting for? I guess getting Fung this orb would be good, but it's still a little bit uncertain. Got a camera to see if anybody's going to try and actively push up here on the defense, but I mean, EDG haven't really done that at all, I don't. But like, the only place that they've been consistently pushing is mid. They make noise, they TP out, that's going to be heard. Trace now need to be really careful with 45 seconds left. Reclearing mid just takes too long. They're giving up on this, they're going towards A. You got the trip coming across on short, you got a camera on the high ground, and then the trip for CT. All of these attackers go this way. It's so much information and control for EDG to have. Oh, but the spike is heading this way. Oh, it's close. 20 seconds. You gotta get this guy over. Camera, not been pressed. Using it for the retake. Maybe as the spike is about to be planted. Going for safe this time, just because they don't have much. And then there's the retake. No command gonna be used. Paranoia on site. Hong Kong is dashing in as well on the player that was paranoid. What is it now? 3 versus 2. These players in alley are just stuck. It's planted for safe as well, so you can't stall this out much longer. Kungkung's just sticking the defuse. They get the kills anyway. That's actually a sick round from EDG. Like the play, the constant pressure, making them plant short, taking all of the space around them, basically pushing all of the remaining attackers into alley. They can't contest where the plant is. But the paranoia, the TP that came in from Haodong, Kungkung's movement with the satchels. Really clean. No timeouts though, and just enough money. Come on guys, come on Trace, don't do this to me. The flash and satchel, I mean, yeah, all of the utility on these like retakes is god tier. I haven't been too sold on the like utility from EDG on their executes when they were on attack. On his defense is solid. Again, it's looking like the same sort of rounds. Hey, Aldron getting information if it's a clear sight or not. You've got Kai kind of watching towards upper, kind of. And this time we're actually going to see the flank come in. Care knife doesn't hit the cipher, so that means that this trip is going to stay up. Hunter's Fury is going to be used. I'm not quite sure on which side. Why are you just both ultimates? Not been that good. They've gone past the trip. The showstopper's going to be used on attack this time from Feng Feng. But he gets knifed. Are we just not watching him? Where is the showstopper? Oh, was it from Kung Kung? No, it wasn't. It's weird. Why do we not see any of Feng Feng's perspective there? Was it just not that exciting? Oh, why are you holding on? Nice OT. Nice 1 versus 2. Jesus, this game is so hard to follow. It's so fast. It's so fast. I just can't believe like there was a showstopper used. Nothing. And guess what gets traded? I mean, why are you saying why are you needs to have his moments? He just had one. Oh, it's not even like spray transfer. It's just literal ping ping. Headshot, headshot. Like aim lab. Well, I'm glad that we got OT. I think we deserve it. Both of the coaches do have an extra timeout, so ignore this. Because we've hit OT. Guys, 20 and 16. Heibei's doing well. Feng Feng, you want those numbers up, I think. All of the EDG fans shouting Madrid's on the line. Trace back on our defense. One of their weakest side out of the two. Aldron just used... Nobody's gone for like the God Drone, like doing the high one. Like that seems to be such a key part that they're playing around. Minutes passed, EDG have kind of just poked around on the map. Aldron used towards A. Recon as well, just letting alert go, and that is keeping these 3 defenders over here, so this is really nice from Shishu and nobody combining. But now, looks like that's the direction that they're going to be heading. They're leaving Kung Kung towards B.
但他已经侵略到了比较多的一个防守面积。
There's 25 seconds left. EDG are leaving us way late in the day, and there's 3 defenders already here. Don't give us a melons moment. EDG, don't do that to us. I think leaving the lurk is good, but it just seemed like that was the only thing that they found area on. KO knife to see if anything's close. 10 seconds. Flexing's gone down though because Kung Kung's just pushed mid. He's got a showstopper and he's fronting towards CT. They just have time. It's a 4 versus 2. Where did that even come from Kung Kung? Right, Kai gets one. Good trade from nobody. Now YOU is 3 HP.
还能兜吗？这也太难兜了。而且 YU 的位置已经是一个名牌，3把枪线直架，
而且没有任何技能。
I don't think he's going to be able to do the same magic here.
已经是比较困难的一个局面了。EDG 的第1个加时回合成功的拿下。
哇，这分确实是打的有点。
It's Jova for YOU. When it's sort of read as it's Jova for you, it just sounds so much more like a threat. Oh, flexing again. It's just caught napping, holding like. He just doesn't expect like the peak of the fight.
确实是有撕碎对面的回防路线。 而且完夜后
，Oh my lord！
完夜后充能，其实这波还是
Yeah, Kung Kung is fired up。
被扎到2个人。
是，其实已经是买保险了，就是队友如果没补掉这个完夜火，是一定会把峰峰给带走的。
没错。
I mean, Tracer giving it. Right, it's whether they could do anything similar to their attack.
进攻会打得非常的流畅。
Yeah, knife B main hits nothing. Might have hit the breach, but I don't think so.
而且刚刚起出了5甲的明狙，架在了峰峰也会常喜欢架的一个位置。 但我觉得 T 对这个明狙应该是有所预警的，开局给的烟应该能够猜到。
康康架明狙的位置来到了 A 前点。
Where is he playing now? He's playing on A alone.
小开一个人在控制着。
You gotta use a recon. You gotta use an L drone.
但必须的问题就是
Clearing mid.
这个位置进点是好进的，但是
drone to see if anybody's there. Not quite.
把自己的站位。
Trace making a bit of noise towards B. You got the camera really like passive towards A.
成功的打掉了。 这个战术监控，
听到中路关门了，那意识到对面可能
I mean, they're about to go into him. It feels like to me that like Tracer kind of making the same mistake as EDG here.
站到靠前很多的地方。
But yeah, just grouping up as 5.
EDG 的部署其实
Running over to whoever might be playing A though, I think is a sound idea in principle, but whether it actually works.
但也可以很快的控制到
Because there's still an L drone. You got the stun ready. You got a recon. You got plenty. Don't just drive peek this, please. No. Oh, the stun as well. Like, he stayed. The stun goes across, try to get him on his way out, but he stays. Now he's out with a paranoia. You can't have that much utility and not expect that Kung Kung's going to do something like this. You can't keep getting away with it. Oh my god, Kung Kung has just obliterated them. He's just 1 versus 5 them in the last 2 rounds. Good effort from Trace, but like, yeah, there's no what you could do if you're just going to let Kung Kung play his game like that.
这波没有交集能给到康康明狙非常好的一个发挥空间，4杀到手也是帮助队伍拿到了关键的第1分。
Was it 2 back-to-back 4Ks in overtime? That's crazy from him. You've got like the stun, expecting him to back out. He doesn't back out. He just gets YOU, but nothing else was used. Like you had an L drone, you had a stun that you used more aggressively. It's just like really unfortunate for Trace that Kung Kung decides that that's when he's going to show up.